Hey y'all, it's Bridget the Museum Stitcher here on Flosstube and also over on Instagram and Ravelry. Welcome back to my channel. Today is not a normal Flosstube. I'm going to be sharing my plans for my New Year's Eve 12 by 12. So if you have not heard of a New Year's Eve 12 by 12 before, let me tell you, it is cross stitch. If you are stumbling on this not being a cross stitcher, it is cross stitch. It was started by some lovely ladies. I'll pop their names on the screen. I know for sure Kia B Quilting is one of them, but I think Stephanie of Pam and Steph, the cat, is constantly getting on my whips. Anyway, they start 12 projects, one project every hour for the 12 hours leading up to the new year. And then at midnight, you start your New Year New Start, and you get to work on that for the first hour of the new year. And I have loved watching people do this. I was so invested in Megan of Georgia Girl Stitching. Hers last year, I absolutely ate it up. Every hour I was like on her Instagram ready to see what she'd gotten done, what she was starting. And I think they're so much fun. I think they're so cool, but I do not want to start 12 new projects in one day. I have a lot of whips already and I want to get some more progress done. So I was talking about it with my friends, Megan, Babauta, the Seattle Stitcher, and Alexis of Alexis_My_Amazing_World. And the three of us have decided to participate, but we will be doing New Year's Eve 12 by 12 whips edition. So we will be working on 11 different whips throughout the course of the day, one every hour. And then at the stroke of midnight, we're going to start something new as a New Year New Start, also as a reward for getting through the day. We might be going live at different parts of the day to kind of talk about what we're working on, how we're feeling, how's it going, all of those kinds of things. It's going to be a really, really fun day, and I'm super, super looking forward to it. Again, I have loved these for so long. So I thought I would hop on today and share with you guys the 11 whips that I will be working on during the day. These are in no particular order because I'm just going to pick them as the mood strikes me the day of. But these are the 11 projects I will be working on, and I'll also share with you the new start I'm planning for that first hour of the new year. So I am nervous but excited. So let me get into the whips. So I had a hard time picking between if I was going to just do my 11 oldest whips, if I wanted to pick the whips that had the least amount of progress, the whips that had the most amount of progress. I didn't quite know what direction I wanted to go in, so I ended up just looking through my pile and grabbing the 11 things that I wanted to get progress on. And a lot of them are the whips that don't have enough progress. One of them is my oldest whip, and it is getting close to a finish, so hopefully, I don't think I'll be able to finish it in an hour. An hour is not a lot of cross stitch time, so progress is the name of the game here. And these were just the 11 whips that I felt called to work on that I either haven't touched in a while or I felt like would be good for this. I've got a few that are in a fill-in stage, and that would be good for kind of times when I don't necessarily want to count anymore. I can just plug in a color and go. I've got a good mix. So let's get into it. I won't be sharing the dates that I started any of these because that's a lot of data to have right now. And I'm pre-filming some videos, so I'm getting ready to do a whip parade, and there's going to be a lot of data in the whip parade. So these are just going to be randomly in order. Let's go. I also wanted to get some like before photos before doing this, just so I knew what my starting point was for a lot of these. So project number 1 is going to be Love Gains by Modern Folk Embroidery. I have only worked on this project for 2 days total. I know that off the top of my head because I worked on it for a weekend and then never picked it back up. But here's where I am at on this one. I'm doing it on a 28 count Stay with the High Lord even weave from Fangirl Fibers, with I want to say it's Salem by Color and Cotton. It's going to be completely monochromatic, and I'll be recharting the quote in the middle. But as you can see, I've only gotten one of the Quaker motifs done, and it's going to fill most of this whole fat quarter fabric. But I wanted a 28 count in here, and also just no progress in on this one. So that is project number 1. Figure out a good system for putting these down. I ironed all of my whips for my whip parade, and I want them all to stay nice. Project number 2 is Mini Mystery Mandala number 3. Actually, progress, cover photo. Mini Mystery Mandala number 3 by Chatelaine Designs. I worked on this for a few days, and I haven't touched it in a hot minute. and this mandala I would like to have finished so I can work on my large chatelaine, but I don't want to start that until I finish this little one. Here's where I'm at. This is on a 28 count taupe Lugana, Mushroom Lugana maybe? And I finished the whole first section. I believe there's 4 parts to this. This was part 1, and I am beading as I go. So all the beading is finished, back stitching everything. And I would love to get a start on part 2 of this one. So we'll see what happens. That is project number 2. Project number 3 is the Bookcase by Galliana Cross Stitch. I love this. I saw this on Stitches by Shelby's channel when I first started it. And I will be working on my own conversion for this one. But honestly, there's so much bookcase. This is a massive, massive stitch. And I don't have that much progress. So here's where I'm at. This is a 36 count Highland Linen by Picture This Plus. And I will be doing kind of like a pastel southwestern conversion for this bookshelf. But I have to finish the shelf before I get to the books. This is a Coloring Cotton Black Walnut. And again, it'll be another monochromatic piece for the New Year's Eve 12 by 12. So we will see what I can get done on this baby in that time. But I love this piece. I haven't touched it in a hot minute. It was like my birthday weekend start for last year. The next project I'm embarrassed to talk about. This is Halloween Quaker by Lila Studio. I started this as a stitch along with Heather, the 20-minute stitcher, and a whole bunch of other people, and we had a great Zoom talking about it day of. I worked on it for the day we started it, and I have not touched it since. I have been a terrible style partner with this one, but I love it so much, so I'm going to pull it out for the 12 by 12 and get some more progress. So this is on a 40 count Midnight Ride by XJuDesigns with all of the called for classic color works. And that is all I did during we had like a 4-hour Zoom call where a whole bunch of people started this project or worked on it together, and it was so much fun. I had a massive migraine, and then I got busy because, as it turns out, I should not be starting projects in October and November. I read like 0 books those months. I worked on so little, and now I know my limits and I need to not start things. But anyway, I'm sorry, Heather, I was so terrible, but I'm going to pull this one back out and get some good progress on it because I love my fabric choice. I think it's so unique and cool. And we'll be getting some progress in on that one. The cat has sat on my pile of whips. Okay, next one is the Scissor Sampler by Tell Emblem. I started this one as a part of a 4 for 34 birthday sale for Alexis_My Amazing World. And I got some good progress in for the 2 days I worked on it then, and I haven't touched it since. So here's where I'm at. This is on a 32 count Tycho linen by Picture This Plus with all of the called for DMC and weeks. And the needle minder is a pincushion needle minder that Alexis made for me. And I love this piece. I want to have it finished and hung up so bad. So I'm really, really happy to pull this one out for this time. This will be good when I want some color changes, when I want some counting, and we'll do that there. This next whip, I also know I only worked on it for 1 day. This is the Floral Motif Sampler, and here's where I'm at. So big ass piece, tiny, tiny start. And this has one of my favorite needle minders. It's a Kaibot painting, and I started this in the summer, and I had all these plans to stitch a whole bunch of things, and then time ran out. And this is on a 40 count Flannel Flower linen by Fox and Rabbit. This has got to be my all-time favorite linen ever. It is so absolutely stunning. And I am doing all of the called for gentle arts on this one. So maybe I can get this first full motif finished. That would be fantastic in an hour. So we'll see on that one. The next project is also a rather large sampler. This is Rejoice Evermore by Brenda Gervais of With Thy Needle and Thread. And I am doing the Leo and Roxy conversion on this one. Here's where I'm at. This also got a weekend of stitching, I believe. So I'd love to finish the strawberries on this border in an hour. And we'll see what happens after that. But this is I think it's either a 40 or a 46 count porcelain by Leo and Roxy linen. So it's rather small, but I like it. Ooh, gotta lay this out so it doesn't wrinkle again. Okay. We are almost done, actually. Next project is Miss Bingley's Library by Plum Street Samplers. I love this piece. It was totally inspired by Megan, the Seattle Stitcher, and I am doing mine on a 36 count limited edition random color and cotton linen, and this is where I'm at currently. So I'd love to get some more fill in on the roof done. I don't think I could fill in the whole rest of the roof in an hour, but I mean, never say never. I love this piece. I want it finished, and I haven't touched it in a hot minute. So gonna pull this one back out again. So it's a good fill-in project as well. My next one is one of my favorite whips of all time, but I haven't worked on it at like all. This is The Fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. I started this back in May, I think, and I'm doing mine on a 40 count Morning Mist by Forbidden Fiber Company. And here's where I'm at. So I would love to get his face filled in, like his whole head done in the hour, and then possibly start on his body if I have more time. I'm trying not to be idealistic. I really don't know how much stitching I can get done in an hour, especially, you know, when part of that hour is packing up the first project and putting it away and getting set up again, like tightening your Q-snap and everything. Because I don't have enough Q-snaps or frames to have these all like in the frame ready to go for the day. I'll have to be swapping out Q-snaps and things. I'll probably just stick to my Morgan hoop for the day since that's easy on and off. A Q-snap takes like 10 minutes to load properly, so we'll see. But I love this one. I really, really, really want this piece finished. I mean, I want all of them finished, right? Why would I start them if I didn't want them? My second to last project is my New Year, New Start of last year that I have severely fallen behind on. And this is At the Met by Mirabilia. It is my only Mira, and I am doing it on this gorgeous, gorgeous fabric that I dyed myself. And I am working a lot on the black fill-in at the bottom of her skirt. So that will probably be what I work on when she's called for that hour. Maybe just try and map out some more of these designs. I might work on her belt some, like bringing her belt down, depending on what I'm feeling. I have a lot of different areas or ways that I could go on this piece, but I really did want to have her, I really did want to have her finished this year, but I started a lot of things, so what you gonna do? So that is my Mira, and I would like to get some work on her. And then the final project that I'll be working on before I do my new start is my oldest whip. This is Bayou Cat by Owl Forest Embroidery, and I'm doing it with the called for Owl Forest flosses and fabric. And this is where I've gotten to. This piece, I have so much done on her. I just need to finish out some motifs on this side, and there's a border of trees and a border of mice along the bottom, and it's done. And this is a 32 count fabric. I mean, the variegation in these flosses is lovely. It's a cat. I really just need to finish it. I haven't touched this. I think I worked on this one day in 2022. One whole day. So anyway, this is my shame project, and I will be pulling this out to see if maybe I can finish this motif in the corner and finish out these side motifs, and then all I'll have to do is the bottom borders to have her finished. Okay, and then finally is my new start, and this will be on the stroke of midnight per Cinderella. And I have a plan for one project, but if my materials don't get here in enough time, I will have to pivot and find something else from my kitted project stash, which shouldn't be a problem. I have a lot of projects kitted and ready to go. But my plan is to start the Beatrix Potter sampler with a whole bunch of people. I know Megan the Seattle Stitcher is going to be doing it, Julie Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, Melissa Starless Stitcher. A whole bunch of people are going to be starting this as their New Year, New Start. It is an absolutely massive monochromatic sampler. My plan is to stitch it on this gorgeous 40 count Portobello linen that I just got from Be Stitch Me. with a dark maroon floss called Wild Hibiscus from Almond M&Ms. It is a hank of silk, but I am not sure that the silk is going to get here in time. I haven't gotten a shipping notification for it yet, and I placed the order about like a week and a half ago. And I mean, I'm in no rush for it. If it doesn't come in, I will save this start for when it does. Because I was also toying with the idea of doing a teal gradient inspired version of that piece on like a more neutral sandy colored linen. And I also haven't gotten a restock notification for those gradient colors at Color and Cotton. So both of my floss choices are kind of like needling on me based on my kind of spookier direction or my more beachy direction. I'm not sure which is going to fall into line first. But I do want to start the sampler as my New Year New Start. I just don't know if it's going to happen in time. So if I don't, I will probably be starting something else. I don't know. I don't know what I have kitted. I need to do a revised kit parade. Maybe Isabella's Heart by Modern Folk Embroidery. That might be my backup because I've had that one ready to go for a hot minute. I don't know. I have a lot of projects kitted though. I will make it work, but what I would like to do is start Beatrix Potter. But if my materials don't get here, they don't get here, and I will have plenty of things to start in the meantime. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and tell you guys about the 12 things I will be starting for that, and to tell you to keep an eye out on my Instagram page for my progress at the top of every hour and at the end of every hour. Just so, I don't know, it'll be a fun way to kind of interact for the day, and my stories will be full. So I look forward to seeing you on New Year's Eve day, that Saturday, and I will be doing a lot of stitching in that time period. It'll be a full 12 hours of stitching. I will eat and hydrate as we go, might have some cocktails. We will see what I am feeling, but I'm very excited to get that started. So without further ado, I will see you guys on New Year's Eve day on my Instagram. So happy New Year's, and I'll see you guys later.